The highly anticipated battle between Iron Mike Tyson and YouTuber turned boxer Jake Paul is finally over, and here are the pros' reactions. The problem child defeated Iron Mike by unanimous decision in a fight live streamed by Netflix, and it wasn't what people expected at all.
Who won?
Jake's older brother Logan Paul seemed pretty hyped, surprised, and proud as he signed gloves right after the fight.
Come on, man. Come on, bro. Logan! One time, bro. Hey, bro, but I'm not the boxer.
Logan, what do you make of Jake's performance tonight?
Absolutely stupendous.
What did you think of?
He was impressed with Tyson's ability to weather the storm and fight even at this age.
Proud of him. Weathered the storm with a young brute named Jake Paul. I think Jake let him live. I do.
Many fans across the world were pretty upset when Netflix crashed and they had to delay the fight for a bit. A ton of people either couldn't access the stream or had constant buffering issues.
The hype is real, man. The hype is fucking real. You just crashed the #1 streamer in the world. Sorry to those at home that Netflix is down. It'll be up momentarily.
Kind of happy to knock him out, to be honest, and showed a lot of respect, so that was amazing to see. And also the speech afterwards. He's been working so hard and he's been doing it for a few years, and this event was just crazy and so big and so massive, and I'm just so proud of him, seeing this whole stadium so full and everybody screaming. It was super cool. And we shut down Netflix. That is insane.
Jake looked a little soft tonight. He don't look like a real boxer, a pro boxer that's been training the last 10 years, so he needs to come see me one day, a guy that's in his prime that's going to walk him down and have that.
Covington shared his respect for Tyson for getting in the ring to fight and getting out safely, but he expected Tyson to be knocked out by Jake.
Yeah, I thought, Mike's a little bit older, he had a problem, they had to push back the first fight because, he had a stroke on a plane or something like that.
Yeah,
so
also.
I was just scared. I didn't want to see Mike get hurt. I'm happy he's walking out of that ring and he's healthy tonight, so super happy. Everything went well, and it was a spectacle. All the fans.
I knew Jake Paul was going to win. I felt it in my heart.
Yeah?
I knew Trump was going to win. I just, he's 27 years old. He's been working hard. And, I just saw it. I watched the progression of who he is as a boxer. And I was the only one that was cheering when everyone else was booing him. That's my dog. I just knew it. I felt it.
What did you think of the fight?
It wasn't a good one.
It wasn't a good one.
No.
Yeah. Overall, how'd you just see how Jake fought, how Mike fought?
Well, you can tell something was wrong with the Tyson leg.
Derek James loved the fight environment, the anticipation, and the crowd calling it an amazing fight overall.
Able to last eight rounds?
Hey, it was because, I don't know, man. I just think it was good. I think it was entertaining up to a point, and, it was okay. The people seem to, kind of be enjoyed, especially the anticipation of them coming in the ring was amazing.
As we got closer, we got more interested in this fight. Honestly, everybody was watching this fight because Mike Tyson is Mike Tyson. I think, though, that the wool was pulled over our eyes, right? We watched Mike do all these things, and we watched Mike in training, and you get the idea that he had a chance, but he really didn't have a chance to beat this kid tonight. And it showed very early. Forward, lands a beautiful jab that rocks Jake, and I think immediately that made Jake realize that he couldn't be reckless against him. But then as time went on, he realized that that threat was not as present as he might have thought.
I think we're all hoping to see a little flash of the old Mike, and we saw someone who, I wish I'd seen the old Mike. Not to take it. Mike looks his age, and he should. Look, I take that back. He did a lot better than a lot of 58-year-olds would have done. But
I didn't really watch it. I was in Katie's change room. She was getting stitched up. I watched the first 30 seconds, which were quite entertaining, and then after it was just...
Hearn had previously shared that Tyson shouldn't be fighting because of his age, but he did enjoy the crowd and hype surrounding this fight.
It was hard to watch, but it was always going to be like that. but it doesn't have to be. They're not making this for me. Look how many people turned up. Look how many people tuned in. So I can't knock it.
The fights. I remember his last fight. I think Kevin McBride, and then he had another one against Danny Williams. He got knocked out in both of those fights. It was pretty sad to see. It's a crazy thought. I hope Tyson doesn't get hurt. I hope he doesn't get hurt, you know, but it's the hurt business, and they're paying him a lot of money, and if he wants to get in there and do it, if he's got a new lease of life, you know, he's his own man. He can choose to do with his body what he wants. He stays safe. I hope he doesn't get hurt. I hope it's kind of like what happened with Roy Jones in the exhibition, where they were working with each other, they were fighting, they weren't really fighting, but it was entertaining. Hopefully it's entertaining. I just hope it isn't a sickening experience.
It's not for me, and that's not disrespectful. I love boxing. I don't want to see Mike Tyson stuck in quicksand, and he showed unbelievable heart, by the way. No one wants to see that happening to Mike Tyson.
I gave it all he had. His legs, you can tell, weren't really with him tonight, so it was a little bit difficult. But thank God Jake didn't knock him out, because I would have felt bad for Jake, because Andre Ward was definitely going to go after Jake if he did knock Tyson out. So thank God he didn't. Thank God everybody ended up healthy, happy. Now I ain't got to worry about Andre coming out of retirement no time.
Boxing? This isn't boxing. Fake Paul couldn't box a cake. He couldn't box a pizza if he worked for Domino's. He couldn't box my shit if he worked for FedEx. He should fight dignity, because he lost that years ago.
Jake Paul, you should fight your barber for giving you that meth dealer beard. You're gonna need.
Former boxer Tony Bellew tweeted after the fight to say, YouTuber KSI, who has fought with Jake's older brother Logan Paul, took to Instagram to share, "What a sad watch. Whole thing was sad. Mike Tyson is twice the age of Paul FFS. It was never ever gonna be close. I can't believe that this elderly abuse was even sanctioned. Just a disgusting."
Yeah, so I don't know about you guys, but I feel bad watching this fight. It just doesn't feel right. Like, it feels bad, man.
Definitely a bit. You know, I wanted to give the fans a show, but I didn't want to hurt someone that didn't need to be hurt.
Mike is Mike. Mike's gonna talk the talk. He gonna have a look in his eyes, gonna make you believe, you know, I'm right there with you on that. But like, man, I hope y'all just enjoy the situation and the fight.
Power at all?
No.
He hit you with one, and you gave him the tongue.
Only because the crowd got turned up, but it didn't actually hurt. But I mean, no one's punches have really hurt. I got buzzed a little bit against Tommy Fury, but that's about it.
Look, man, y'all had to know, y'all got to do the math. You know, I get it, man. Mike is Mike, right?
Ryan Garcia was a man of few words as he simply tweeted on X, "No point of that fight." Gervonta Davis also posted on his Instagram stories to say, "To the bozo that shared the ring with Mike, you a whole bozo for this, and you didn't get the job done, shithead." Paulie Malignaggi said that Jake wasn't fighting Tyson properly and took it easy on. Callum Walsh doesn't think Jake deserves any respect for taking on Tyson in the ring. According to him, this win does nothing for him or his career. Terrence Crawford was not at all impressed with Tyson.
What you think about it, Jake? It was good to see him back at it, man. You know, I wish he'd do more punches. You know what I'm saying? But it was a good entertaining night with great people. Like a big
An exhibition match against Evander Holyfield. I always want to see Mike fight. Yeah, is this kind of what you expected? He didn't get off fast.
But what we got was an underwhelming fight between Jake Paul and Mike Tyson, taking nothing away from either men. It wasn't the spectacle that you get in a big boxing match. Mike Tyson.
That first bell went, we saw glimpses of it in the first round, and from then on, Gareth, it was just all downhill, and it become a bit of a ball fest, if I'm totally honest. I mean, there were people leaving in the venue there. 1,000,000%. I don't want to see him in the boxing ring again, that's for sure. I think Mike Tyson said himself after the fight there, he said it wasn't about any proving to people, but proving to me.
That's a hard one. We love Mike, but Jake is representing Puerto Rico right now, and Amanda as well, so I'm here for my guys in Puerto Rico, 100%.
Safe to say, this is not what most people were expecting. Before the fight, the reactions were all sided towards Mike Tyson knocking Jake out within the first few minutes of the match, considering the experience he has. But Tyson only did well in the first round and fell apart after not being able to land any solid old iron punches towards Jake. Mexican professional boxer Oscar Valdez seems somewhere in the middle. While he was hoping for Tyson to win because he's a legend and a fan favorite, he didn't seem too confident.
You know, Mike Tyson, yes, he's a legend, but he's an old legend.
He thinks that Jake is a fighter who is young and in his prime, making him the obvious choice.
Hopefully he wins. He catches him with that shot and knocks him out. I think that's what 95% of the world is expecting. But the reality is that Jake Paul is a fighter. He is a fighter, whether we like it or not.
Valdez doesn't think that Jake is a world-class fighter, but even being a decent fighter against a 58-year-old is enough to take him all the way.
The YouTuber out of him, you watch him fight, you say, all right, he's a decent fighter. World class? I don't think so, but he's a decent fighter. But fighting 60-year-old Mike Tyson, I think, is disrespectful.
He isn't happy with Jake for if he beats Tyson and thinks it will make him the villain of the boxing world.
He will become the immediate villain of this world if he beats Mike Tyson. What are my thoughts? I hope that Mike Tyson beats him and get this over with, but I could see the other way happening.
In the last press conference leading up to the fight, Jake lashed out at all the fighters on the undercard who voted for Mike as the winner over him. One fighter even bet his land.
So how much we want to bet on this? You said, Mike, how much you want to bet? He said he's good. That's what I thought, bitch made. How much you want to bet?
Mike Tyson.
How much?
How much you?
How much? As much as you're willing to lose, brother.
So, okay. So I'll give you my property in India.
But they aren't the only ones who lost the bet.
I can't believe he fucking lost. Well, listen, I'm gonna refinance my house. I'm good for the money. The fuck are you guys looking at? Come on, keep it pushing. I'm down big right now. I'm down big. Fucking unbelievable.
Mike Tyson had snapped at a reporter for asking him about what would happen if he lost going into the Jake Paul fight.
I'm not gonna lose.
But you say that in the last minute of the second.
I am not gonna lose. Did you hear what I said?
Meanwhile, UFC CEO Dana White shared his most recent thoughts on the Mike versus Jake bout. Dana expressed concerns for Tyson at his age and doesn't like the fact that an old, sick man has to fight an opponent who is 31 years younger than him. Yuta Leardman, Jake Paul's girlfriend, had given her prediction for the fight, saying that there's a 100% chance of Jake winning and that Tyson might have had a chance.
Fighting a 58-year-old Mike Tyson, how's that fight gonna play out? Do you think Jake's gonna knock him out?
Definitely gonna win. Definitely.
Definitely. Does Mike have a chance though?
I don't know. We'll see.
She shared that she was already proud of Jake and that there's a ton of hard work that goes on behind the scenes. Anthony Joshua, the popular boxer, appeared on the Jonathan Ross show to share his opinion on the Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson fight. He acknowledged the legend and his power, but emphasized on the fact that Father Time is cruel and catches up. So regardless of the type of fighter Jake is, he would have come out on top purely because of the age gap between them.
And of that match between Mr. Paul and Mr. Tyson, which one do you think is going to win?
The only thing I'm worried about is Father Time. That's one thing that has never been beat. And Tyson's, he's older now. But I pray that he comes out healthy. But I think Jake Paul because of youth.
Joshua did share that this fight is good for boxing and brings a larger crowd towards the sport. Johnny Nelson, former British professional boxer, commended Tyson's skills, first to say that the man's a legend and can't be compared with a YouTuber.
Let's just not be silly. We know Mike Tyson, who he was, what he had achieved, what he did. We know what Mike Tyson and Jake Paul, it's like day and night.
Since Nelson is around the same age as Tyson, he felt compelled to share that the age is a huge factor that won't work so well in Tyson's favor.
Mike Tyson's got all of that and more. But the one thing we as humans can't control is time. Youth, you've got youth against an older man that hasn't got the pace. So if you've got someone that's running rings around you, Mike's never going to have the energy level to keep up with him.
Mike Tyson's ex-trainer, Ronnie Shields, didn't even think Jake was a real fighter and therefore didn't believe that he was a real threat.
Jake Paul was a real fighter, with a bunch of experience and stuff like that. I would say he shouldn't do it. But Jake Paul is not that guy. So, but who knows what Mike has left? You know what I mean? I don't know.
Shields had said that Mike still has that old iron in him, and all he had to do was to get a few shots in early in the rounds. If the fight went to later rounds, the win would be Jake's, and that's exactly what happened.
You can get him early, and Mike has a great chance.
So if you have to lean, you're leaning toward Tyson to win this.
Yeah, well, early.
Early.
It has to be early.
Oh, okay. So later rounds in the fight, you think Jake will take over because of youth?
Absolutely.
The youth.
Jake's previous opponent, Anderson Silva, didn't have a lot of faith in Jake because of Tyson's power and experience.
Frank is a beast, and I don't know. I think Mike will win in the first round. That's my opinion.
Tyson is known for his raw, beast-like personality in the ring, so that was a normal expectation out of him. Jake has been aiming for his next fight already with Canelo Alvarez. While Alvarez thinks that Jake is doing great things for boxing, he's excited to see Jake finally fight a real boxer.
I don't want to say any bad things. I think he doing good things for his own team, but you know, boxing is a little bit different when you fight in a real fighter.
Oscar De La Hoya, an American promoter and former boxer, appreciated Jake for the marketer he is, but can't see past his decision of fighting an almost 60-year-old.
Fighting Tyson at 60 years old.
Bruh.
This is serious shit.
Bruh.
Where you can actually hurt an old man. Jake, it adds zero credibility to your resume. I've been saying this for years, that if you want to be taken seriously in boxing, you need to take a different path.
He had said that he'll be tuning in for the fight and is hoping that Iron Mike straightens out the novice fighter once and for all.
We'll be watching.
Bruh.
And I do hope Mike catches you with that left uppercut and knocks you the fuck out.
Tyson's camp was pretty spot on this time around with head trainer Rafael Cordero. He talked about how impressed the camp was to see the 58-year-old's determination.
I worked with a lot of fighters during my career, with a lot of champs, but I never see somebody with some determination like Mike, and for me it's a pleasure work with somebody like that, because you put the time, never him. You're gonna say, Mike, we're gonna do this. He say, yes, let's go. He's totally coachable.
Cordero offered a ton of insight about Tyson's focus, keeping his fire on low and taking care of him to make sure he fought at his best.
Fire on blow. This is the biggest thing. We have to keep fire on blow. We cannot make Mike overcome burn his techniques, burn his guard. We have to plan. We have a plan. We had a plan for his camp, and we made it.
Funnily enough, during the post-fight interview in the ring, Tyson shared that he was injured. However, Cordero had said something totally different the day before the fight.
Mir said he's 100%. No injuries, no...
Zero. Ready to go, ready to kill, ready to do 1 round, ready to do 8 rounds. And just now it's just about time. Just about time. Step inside the ring, he do what he does for all his life.
How did you...
Carlos Baleares, an American boxer, didn't feel too good about this fight and is sad at the state of the boxing world right now, but he shared that a winning Jake Paul will get a ton of backlash for going in and hitting a 58-year-old.
I hope that Jake Paul does it more for like a show, you know, because I know that if he does go out there actually trying to hit Mike, he's going to get so much backlash. I mean, he's already in a lose-lose situation, aside from the fact that he's making hella money, you know, but I mean, what are you going to get out of fighting Mike? You know, Mike's freaking... It's the grandpa, you know?
How did you see the fight and what were your predictions? We would love to hear your thoughts. Let us know in the comments section below and subscribe for more content like this.